Welcome back, everybody. We are still here and we're having a good time and keeping you informed as well. So you know what they say, when something is nice, you do it twice. So we're going back to Tobago, and this time we are speaking about the THA elections, and it is time now for Meet the Candidate. This morning, the candidate for the electoral district of Plymouth and Golden Lane, Tobago, it is Melissa James Guy, and I have the very exquisite pleasure of chatting with her this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing quite well. I could always do with a little more sleep, but I'm not bad at all.
Won't we all? I will know. I want to say a special good morning to Tobago, to Trinidad, to all of your viewing audience out there. Special good morning all the way from Plymouth Golden Lane.
Yes, of course, and to everybody in Tobago to have a great morning as well. So thank you for joining us this morning. So let's start off. You are the electoral candidate for the electoral district, rather, of Plymouth Golden Lane. What would you say are the main issues surrounding, because you would have done walkabouts and would have chat with residents of the area. What do you say is some of the main issues that have arisen out of your conversations with the people?
Okay. So apart from the obvious infrastructural issues that we would have and challenges in my area, what I really think that we need to zone in on from my feedback from the people is definitely our human capital development, one that will aptly prepare our people for the post-COVID era. There's a need for some tooling and retooling, some training and retraining of the people in my electoral district, some of who have been really hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, because many of them would have been involved in jobs that were directly affected by the fallout of the pandemic, such as the hospitality industry, etc.
Right.
So that's definitely something that we have to zone in on. Youth development. There are many young people within my district who are willing to work, who want to put their shoulders to the wheel and be productive citizens, but they are looking for the opportunities, and that's definitely something that I, as the electoral representative, will have to ensure that we fulfill our mandate where that is concerned. So that's for sure two of the main priorities that we have to focus on, as well as education. Right now, with the virtual nature of the classroom lessons, there are many students within my district who are without devices, and some even without connectivity. So that is definitely a cause that, as their district representative, I will have to champion and really ensure that it's made a priority, because no one must be left behind under my stewardship.
No one must be left behind, indeed, and education does tie in with youth development. So being that there's a disconnect and there are some who are excluded from receiving the education in this online environment, how do you seek to address that itself?
Well, we have already begun, even as a candidate, I've already begun lobbying private stakeholders, where I've already received some devices. I'm supposed to be doing my distribution very soon. I've also been blessed to be able to reach into my network and to be able to get some support where connectivity is concerned. So I've met with school principals, and I've been talking with the necessary stakeholders to ensure that we get the resources where they need to go. The Tobago House of Assembly's Division of Education has also begun receiving the devices that we have been awaiting. So I'm going to ensure that the people in my district, the schools who they have made the commitment to provide the devices, that they reached in a timely manner.
Now, you mentioned earlier that one of the things you want to focus on is employment, especially in this COVID environment. What are other areas that you believe that your district can tap into to create employment and to stimulate that local economy in the Plymouth Golden Lane area?
So if you're familiar with Plymouth Golden Lane, you would know that there's pretty much every type of tourism that you may seek to be found in this district. Whether you're a nature seeker, you're an adventure seeker, you just want rest and relaxation, you're bird watching, you name it, you can find it right here in Plymouth Golden Lane. Even if you want vibes, it's here. So I invite all my domestic tourists at this time, even while the borders are closed, when you come to Tobago, ensure that you visit our district. And I would like to develop Plymouth Golden Lane and brand it as what I like to call the culture corridor of Tobago. Each and every community within my district has a lot of historical and cultural, strong and rich background. And we would like to ensure that we spotlight these things and we are able to highlight it and sell it to the world. I'm sure you would have heard about this recent falling of the steel cotton tree at Culloden.
That's right.
And I want to assure our visitors that, and our residents right here, that even though the tree has fallen, that's just a chapter in the book. We, under my stewardship, we are going to ensure that we turn that tree or that site into a tourist attraction. We're going to do some product development there. We're going to use the same lumber from the tree, and we are going to ensure that there's an attraction and that the story of the tree continues. We have a lot of cultural richness in terms of, we have dancing, we have the tambourine that came out of Golden Lane and Lake Coteau. You have a lot of performing arts to harness out of Lake Coteau as well. And in Plymouth, we have the speech band. We have some very famous Calypsonians that would have came out of Plymouth, like Lord Nelson. So when you come into Tobago and you're looking for culture, you can come right there into Plymouth Golden Lane, Plymouth, Bethesda, Lake Coteau, Golden Lane, where you would be able to be aptly entertained, and again inviting you all to come and get familiar with Plymouth Golden Lane when you visit Tobago.
I can sense the great pride you have for your district, and that's all great. How do you intend, though, to really market that product, the cultural product, because it's really rich in culture and really rich in history? How do you intend to market that product, get more eyes there, and therefore more people into Plymouth Golden Lane, and therefore stimulate the economy in that sense, especially in this time where borders are closed and you have to rely so heavily on domestic tourism?
Well, our first and foremost focus would be on the domestic market. Under the PNM administration in the last 4 years, we would have started the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited. So we need to tap into that agency that is responsible for marketing and branding of the island and all the products that come out of the island. And using your network, of course, in some of the unconventional ways, I think that we pretty much sometimes underestimate as an island the potential that is available through social media even, you know. So being able to invite some of the influencers even from Trinidad who would be able to come across and experience and immerse themselves in the district and be able to now tell the story, to share it on their social media and to really pique the interest of other persons. So we have to, if we want different results, we have to try different ways. So I'm going to use my youthful innovation energy to bring that to the table to be able to propel the community forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Melissa, I want to thank you for your time this morning, and I want to wish you the best coming up on the 25th.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being on this morning.
All right. Have a great day.